warming is one of the biggest issues in the world today, affecting farming, crop maintenance and food supply. Now, as an Aussie, I know all too well about how devastating droughts can be, especially to agriculture. So any way to reduce water usage and improve crop quality is certainly something worth talking about. And that's why I'm joined now in studio by Eyal Mor, the CEO of Manna Irrigation. Eyal, thank you so much for joining us today.
Thanks for having me, Sarah.
Now, this technology that you've put in place, tell us exactly how it works.
Well, you know, the question of how much and when to irrigate has been with the growers for decades and maybe centuries. Currently there are multiple ways to solve this issue, but each of them has its own challenges. What we took is a different approach and taking this complex decision and turn it into actionable recommendations, irrigation recommendations, without the need to install any hardware in the field. No soil sensors, no plant sensors, no transmitters, no equipment, nothing. Like zero footprint.
And this, I understand as well, the reason why you don't have to put these things into the field is because you're using satellites. Is that correct? Explain that to me.
Satellite is one of the main source of data that we are using. We're using multiple constellations, the American, the European, and others. And what we do, we developed a very unique technology that can transform the data, the imagery, satellite imagery data into agronomic insights, and by that, and combining with other source of information like weather, for example, like the soil parameters, for example, and by that giving a simple solution to a very complex problem. How much and when do I irrigate my fields? Because we know less water, of course, is not good, but also too much water is not good for the plants. So you have to get to be in the optimum. It's a very challenging solution to bring a simple solution to this complex problem.
Absolutely, a very complex problem indeed. How has it improved the agriculture industry being able to use this, and where is it used so far?
Okay, so second question. We are operating in more than 10 countries outside Israel. We are a subsidiary. Manna is a young company, only 15 people, but we are a subsidiary of a very big company, Rivolis Irrigation, which is one of the largest drip irrigation manufacturers in the world. So we have presence through them in many, many countries, and we have our local staff. So the value that we bring to our growers is two things, I would say two major things. First, peace of mind. That's the immediate thing, that the feedback that comes back to us, peace of mind. They take this burden of making irrigation decisions off their list, okay? This is one thing. The second is improve water use efficiency. What is water use efficiency? Is like return, return on investment. It's like return on water. How much yield you get for a given amount of water. So we increase this significantly. And we could support more than 45 crops. So we get these feedback from multiple, both field crops and plants.
And is it cost effective for the people who are using this?
Yeah, our solution is very affordable. You pay an annual subscription per hectare per year, meaning that you can start with low cost and pay as you go. One good thing about Manna is that this solution good for a large variety of customers. I have been in one of our largest customers in Brazil, who has hundreds of hectares of coffee plantations. At the same time, the same solution, by using a Samsung smartphone, is used by a local Indian grower who grows sugarcane less than 1 hectare. So it's the same solution by variety of growers with the same interest or the same wish to improve the crops.
Now, finally, as I mentioned earlier in the thing, global warming is a big issue at the moment. How does your technology adapt to the changing climate that we're in?
Okay, so one of our, as I mentioned, one of our sources is weather. We get hyperlocal weather data with 3 data sets. What was the last 10 years multi-year averages? What was the current data set, meaning what happened yesterday? And the forecast, what will happen 7 to 10 days ahead.
Well, as I mentioned, I'm Australian. Australia, and I have a lot of farmer friends, so this sounds something they would be very interested in.
We do operate in Australia, by the way.
Good to hear. I'm glad. Eyal Mor, CEO of Manna, thank you so much for joining us.